mercy, y'all. KD just got cooked something serious by Ryan Davis. Now, KD has been going viral over the last few days over the quote, that offense wins championships. And offense alone is pretty much responsible for winning a title. And he's been going back and forth with people on Twitter about it, saying, what's the purpose of it? Like, somebody will break down why defense or why playmaking is important, and he'll quote them and be like, but to what? And while it's true that the team with the most points wins the game in the end, there are a lot of factors that contribute to whether a team wins or loses a game. So he came at Ryan Davis about a comment he made, because he didn't agree with that. Just like a lot of other people, they didn't agree with what KD was saying. And so he got pretty crazy with Ryan Davis, and this is what Ryan had to say. Let's peep it.
Yesterday, Kevin Durant said that I was a trash comedian.
I'm like, what he say fuck me for?
Dang, bro, why you get personal? I ain't talking about that monstrosity sitting on top of your head. I kept it basketball. You said that offense wins championships instead of defense winning championships, and I disagreed. I said it's probably the thinking that you have is why you haven't got close to competing for a title since leaving Golden State. Because during Golden State's run, they had a top 3 defensive efficiency. That's a fact. Since defense isn't as important, explain this to me, Eddie Kane Jr. In the modern era of basketball, the Hall of Famers with the most titles, Kareem, Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Kobe, Tim Duncan. They have at minimum 8 all-defensive selections. Not a bunch of scoring titles between all of them. All have a significant amount of all-defense selections. You know what Kevin Durant has never had? I know you're thinking waves, and you're right. But Kevin Durant has never had an all-defensive selection. The funny thing is, the only team that has had a bad defensive efficiency and still won the title is the 01 Lakers. And they had Kobe and Shaq. And ironically, both of them were all defensive selections that year. So even when there's a bad team defense, you still need your best players to be top tier on the defensive end. But I'll do you one better. You know who put an end to that Lakers dynasty? The Detroit Pistons. Our only Hall of Famer on the team is Ben Wallace, who averaged a whopping 6 points a game through his career. Defense. But I wouldn't expect you to know anything about defense, Kevin Durant, because playing defense takes heart. And after you joined the Golden State Warriors, after losing a 3-1 lead to them, we all knew you didn't have heart. Instead of wanting to run it back, you went ahead and joined the team that knocked you out of the playoffs. But my question is, why would you join them if scoring is what wins championships? Because you were the leading scorer in the league the year before that, and Russ, your teammate, won the scoring title the year after. You, the 2 best scoring dudes in the entire league was on the same team. Why would you leave? And even though you were supposed to be the best scorer in the league, you were up 3-1. And what did you do in Game 5? You went 12 of 31 from the field. What did you do in Game 6? You went 10 of 31 from the field. So either the Warriors locked y'all up defensively to get past you, which would make defense more important, or you're a choke artist. Which one is it? Which one is it? And then you have the nerve to name yourself Easy Money Sniper. You know what a sniper is? A killer. You know what a sniper is? Accurate. Those are 2 things you are not whenever a team is dependent on you to carry them to victory. You miss everything. That's why it makes sense that you went over to Golden State. They had already shown that they were killers and that they were winners. See, you only look like a killer whenever other killers are already in the room with you. You're like, not a sniper, you're the dude with the pea shooter. You just add a little bit on top, like the nigga in Harlem Nights. See, in the game of basketball, when a team's best player gets hurt, the team suffers tremendously. When you got hurt in the playoffs when you was with Golden State, they still won the Western Conference Finals. They still went on to the finals. And if Klay Thompson didn't get hurt, they probably would have won without you, which is what Draymond told you to your face when y'all were arguing, that they were winning before you and they'll win after you. And you left Golden State after that. And what they do? Won without you because they didn't need a pea shooter. See, Kevin, you're just a scorer. And not only are you a scorer, you're a scorer who doesn't score whenever your team needs you to score the most. See, if offense was what it took, then Mike D'Antoni would have several rings. That Phoenix Suns offense was the best offense I've ever seen in my life. They got Steve Nash 2 MVPs. That's twice as many as you, by the way, Kevin. Why doesn't Steve Nash have a ring? He doesn't even have a finals appearance. But you believe that offense is the way to go. So when you left Golden State, you went over to the Nets and you had them hire Steve Nash as your coach. You're the best scorer. He was on the best offensive scoring team of all time. All this offense, you added, you know what I mean, James Harden, and you added Kyrie Irving. So much offense. Why you get swept in the first round of the playoffs to the defensive-minded Celtics? Mr. Offense, explain it to me. Explain it to me. The only thing in that series that was more abysmal than the aerial view of your scout was your shooting percentage in that series. But even though I've given you all these facts, you probably still disagree with me because you're an idiot that doesn't care anything about facts. So you're going to continue to stack your Phoenix Suns team with a bunch of scores. I suggest all you scoring niggas focus on the defensive end because your scoring is good enough that you're going to score anyway. That's how you win a title. But go ahead, try to outscore everybody. And you and your cradle cap will be sent home again in the playoffs.
Man, so the lesson of the day is leave comedians alone unless you want that smoke. KD set himself up for this. He's built these super teams. Everything that's happened after his OKC run has been bulletin board materials for anybody that wants to fire off on him. I mean, you saw how Kendrick Perkins felt whenever, you know, him and KD got into it. He said, you made the weakest move of any superstar. When people get mad at KD, they come at him with that first. And, you know, that kind of took LeBron's move away. We don't even think about the decision and the Miami move as much no more after KD went and joined the Golden State Warriors. You know, if LeBron would have joined the Celtics, you know, instead of going to Miami, that would have been worse, you know. But that's essentially what KD did. So that's why people look at his a little different. Now, Wade had won a Finals MVP and already become a champion. So it was still kind of weird, but at that time, Miami was just barely getting in the playoffs. And Wade, you know, just his reckless, abandoned style of play, the injury started to mount up at that time. But Ryan Davis, man, he cooked KD for over 5 minutes, and now this is going viral, man. I want to share this with you guys because it's easy to see why KD gets involved in so much. Like, he gets online and he argues with just regular people. Now, it's cool to engage, but sometimes it'd be nice to see KD engage with people that's actually for him, or, you know, people that's trying to give him his flowers. You know, you can't always go against confrontational people or people that see it different from you in the way that he goes at it, because KD kind of aggressive and always cursing at people and doing stuff like that. Like, he really seems like he's not happy deep down inside, despite having the life that he has. And I like that he's personable some, but you don't make yourself accessible to everybody's think pieces. And if you do, you don't have to respond to it. You Kevin Durant. Like, think about it. Most of the stars be like, most of the people be like, I hope the star players see it when they shoot their little shot at him or whatever. But with KD, you know he saw it. Whether you got 1 follower or 10 million, you know he saw it, and you know it made him feel some type of way when he saw it. So that's just, you know, that's crazy. And Ryan Davis exposed him, man, really bad. So KD goes under that post and he says he's way better at his job than Ryan Davis is at his. That was his comeback to all of that. It's just, I don't know, man. How do y'all feel about KD? Because now I'm worried about this team next season, and they don't have CP3 as a leader no more. So is Book going to be the leader? Bradley Beal going to be the leader? Who's going to be the leader of that team next year? Ayton's not going to be the leader. So I'm genuinely starting to have some of the same concerns I did about Brooklyn as I do with next year's Phoenix Suns. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.